for a full recovery here, you know, this is not something to manage the rest of your life. But what is that? How do you know when you're fully recovered, Michelle?
It's from Aida's line, because she wrote a freaking kick-ass daily dare that one time. It was how is progress measured? And like the gist of it was, it's not measured by how you feel. Again, that's where people are stuck, trying to feel better. It's measured by your willingness to feel. Feelings are just to be noticed. Thoughts are to be noticed, right? Physical sensation, you notice what your body's doing right now. We get so stuck in trying to control, like feeling. This is about getting better, not feeling better. Trying to feel better is what keeps us in the track, because feelings are fluid. There's always something moving. There's always something changing. We kind of put a pause button on the ones we don't like, and we spend all this time trying to fight them, trying to feel better as quickly as possible with as little effort as possible. And it's really not that. It's learning how to just notice how you feel right now and leaving it be. Being still, like be still within yourself, sort of like there becomes this fight within yourself, and you kind of fight yourself through life. And I think that's why everybody's probably really, really exhausted by the end of every day. It is tiring and it is draining. And that's usually where people end up very frustrated, because you're like, I'm doing all this work. Why isn't it gone? I'm so tired, because you're basically acting as if you're surviving all day long. Every ping, every thought that pops up, we scramble and we do something in response to it. You are acting as if you are surviving for your life. And that's what's exhausting. And that's where people get frustrated, because like, I'm working so hard. Why don't I feel better? That it happens weirdly as a byproduct. Like fear fades. It's not a direct elimination process. You go towards what you're scared of. It's because fear protects you from danger. And now when there's no danger, there's just fear. So we fight the next best thing. We fight fear. And fear is the part of you that helps you fight. So like it keeps ringing because we keep fighting. We keep fighting because it keeps ringing. So when you go towards fear, you let yourself just feel fear and let go of the fight. When the fight winds down, right, that alarm starts to turn itself off. Your body calms down. You don't fight yourself to calmness. And people start getting better when you start allowing how you feel. It's such a backwards sort of thing.
And one last word on, sorry, one last word on allowance. Think of it this way and ask yourself, if I am allowing this, is there even the tiniest bit of me that is trying to change it? Because if so, leave it be. You're not doing it right. And this is where many people get it wrong. Acceptance means sit here and I'm not touching you. I'm not checking in on you if you have already gone, if you have already changed or anything like that. It's this kind action you do. You just allow it in without the desire or attempt to change it in any form or way. And this is so hard. And this ties into what Michelle said, becoming still and really allowing it. And it will be uncomfortable. Be prepared for that. If you're saying, okay, I'm going to allow, but, and then it comes the but it's so uncomfortable, then it means you're not doing it. And maybe you can't do it 100% today, and maybe not tomorrow, but just go for it and get moving with that feeling. Today a little more, and next tomorrow a little more, and so on.
Right. And for allow, like I tell people, put your brain and your body have to be on the same page. So if you're saying accept, allow, like your body, it's kind of like, you guys have probably heard me, or if this is new people hearing this for the first time, I came up with this weird term called ghost spaghetti like 8 years ago. And weirdly, it kind of stuck. Of all the things I've said, that's what stuck. And it's this idea of like, if you have kids or you've seen kids in the mall and they are just done and they basically like act like they have no bones in their body and they just sort of like crumple. Accept and allow, it's basically do nothing. Accept and allow is passive. It's this little guy. I keep this guy with me. Anybody remembers these old toys? His tail's a little stuck here. But so when you press the button on the bottom of this guy, he's held together by a tight elastic and he just sort of crumples. And this is really this mindset of, oh, well, not oh, well, that oh, well to the content of the thought. This is where people get stuck too. Oh, well, I like the idea of having a heart attack. Oh, well, I like this terrible intrusive thought. Oh, well, to the fact that I don't like how I feel. Oh, well, to the fact that I'm having a thought I don't like. A thought is not dangerous. A thought of danger doesn't equate to danger. And I have to show my body like there's nothing for me to do just because I'm afraid. Fear and danger paired together work perfect. Fear on its own, we leave that be. So accept and allow. And it's also without expectation. Like Aida was saying, it's if you're saying, well, I accept and allow, and then you're like, is it gone yet? Is it gone yet? Do I feel better yet? Right? If there's conditions attached, like conditional acceptance, that's not acceptance. Acceptance is, I don't have to like it, but I notice that there's something there I don't like, and there's nothing for me to do about it. So I'm going to leave it alone. I don't like the clouds in the sky, and I'm not going to stare at them all day and try to accept and allow them away. I'm going to notice them. I tell people, notice and nod, acknowledge it. Like, yeah, yeah, there's a thought I don't like. Yep, yep, that's a sensation. And it's more of a passive approach, a passive response to notice things you don't like and basically leaving them alone.
And not giving up, right? It's not about giving up. It's subtle. It's different than that, right?
It's kind.
Right.
It's kind.
Right. You drop the fight. Surrender. I use the word surrender, but it's not for the term of giving up. It's more like surrender as in letting go of the fight of.
It's like waving a white flag, or like a soldier at the front, like shooting, and then he just drops the gun and goes home. It's like, okay, I'm done with this.
Right. And that's because there's nothing to shoot.
That's the difference.
It doesn't get shot. That is true. And while it's great you said that, because this is the reason people are afraid to allow, because they are afraid to get shot in the back. And I would like to show you this. I hope you guys can read it. So what we have here is a situation that triggers anxiety, and that could be a thought or a memory or a situation you fear or whatever it is, right? Or physical sensation. And then your attention, your alarm activates, and your attention is being drawn inwards, and you're like, oh, what is happening? And your alarm tells you, look at this, there's a sensation, there's something like that. And then, and this is the most important part, what is your evaluation? A palpitation? Oh, that must be a heart attack. An anxious thought? Oh, I'm going crazy. An intrusive thought? Oh my God, I'm going to get locked up. And so on and so on. And then you have the emotional reaction and the anxiety loop that starts spinning. And there works here, not here, not here, not here, here. And you are fighting this, and this is what keeps you stuck. You have to work on this. Okay, heart palpitation, whatever. I know I haven't slept well. Let's move on, right? Oh, I'm afraid of this and that. Oh, who cares? I know that's just anxiety talking. I trust myself and move on. Intrusive thought. Oh my God, you're a bad person. You're going to get locked up. No, I'm not. That's just an intrusive thought. Move on. So all the 4 DARE steps are working on this area. Forget this, and this. This you have to accept. This you have to accept. And this you have to accept. There's no way to avoid those. There's no way. The only way out is pushing through those and working through those and being patient, giving it time.
So that's where your power is. It's in that circle. That's where you choose the new response.
Yes.
Yeah. So like I'll say, I always refer to your alarm, like our alarm system, as like a smoke alarm in your house. It's the same sort of thing. Again, it doesn't play nice, classical, smooth, calming music. It goes, bam, bam. It's designed to pull you out of a deep sleep. That's what a smoke alarm's job is to do. It doesn't care how you feel. Your alarm system doesn't care how you feel. It cares, she's fighting something, must be dangerous. Let's send her this heightened energy to fight. So whatever the situation is, like Aida's first step, there's a situation, and your alarm is an alert system, just like the smoke alarm in your house. It doesn't mean emergency. It just means alert. Hey, pay attention. So you get to look and see what's happening. That smoke alarm rings the same way when your house is burning down as when you've just burned cookies in the oven. It is an alert. So you get to look at that, where that evaluation is, right? Is it danger, or does it feel like danger? Is it a thought of danger? Is it a physical sensation that reminds me of something that could be danger, right? you don't really have to think too hard to see if you're in danger. You're either on fire, you're not on fire. It shouldn't take 20 minutes to figure out if there is active present danger right now. So it's that evaluation part. When I talk about it on the calls, I say bees, or it feels like bees, because this is where you get to choose your response. That's Aida's third step of, here's a situation and my alarm rang. So it's showing me something. Oh my gosh, Michelle, look, go right ahead and look at it. What is it? Oh, that's just a thought. I'm still scared, right? I have all this fear, but there's nothing for me to do with that fear. And that's where your power is. That's where you use dare. And how you, when your alarm rings, you don't get to decide it doesn't spontaneously ring, right? Your power and how you start changing behavior is how you respond to that ring. It thinks there's danger, and you show it by your reaction that there's not. Not that you feel better, but that I am safe.
But Aida, in that circle, right, in the evaluation circle, it suggests that there's a time there to respond. And sometimes people will say to me, when I have a panic attack, I'm so overwhelmed, I don't even feel like I have an opportunity to respond. It's just bump, it's here, it's happening. What would you say to that?
Well,
on that evaluation piece.
Oh, I would use step 3 with that. It's panic attacks are the perfect time to practice arousal reappraisal, because you are so shocked by that panic attack because you are fearing it. You are fearing your heartbeat. You are fearing your sweaty palms, like maybe you're having a hard time catching your breath and so on. And you're like this, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And what you could do there, and this is a perfect time to do it, is to say, I love this feeling. I really do. This is just nervous energy. This is just nervous arousal. So bring it on. Give me more of this, and really allow yourself. It's also a good practice on allowance. Just allow, drop the resistance, and allow to feel that it's your own energy. Allow it to express in your body. And if you do not evaluate this as dangerous, you're actually going to feel it like, oh, wow, that's really cool. You know, when you came down from a roller coaster ride, like you have jelly legs and jelly arms, and like, oh my God, oh, that was crazy. It's the same feeling after a panic attack. It's no different at all. And if you could do and make the conscious effort to experience panic attacks like that, and to experience that this is really just and only energy and nothing else, this will fade so quickly, you have no idea.
We have a photo somewhere, Aida, of you on a roller coaster with your arms up in the air.
Oh my God. Okay, yeah. I can link it in the description.
That'll be the cover photo of this video.
Yeah.
But a panic attack is an adrenaline rush with no place to go. Like you get this rush of adrenaline. Again, that works perfect when there's a bear, or when there's a lion, or when there's fire, right? You get, here's all this energy, but then I have someplace, I'm focused somewhere else. I'm focused on the danger. So I might feel the same shitty feelings, but I'm not looking here. I'm more concerned that I'm on fire. Like, I don't like how I feel. Let's talk about this. Oh, I'm on fire. There's a bear. So I am fighting, but I'm looking at what I'm fighting. There's a bear full of adrenaline. That's how it's supposed to work. So if that's what's happening, your body's doing exactly what it's supposed to do. We're stuck because there's no bear. So we're just stuck with all this energy. So since there's nothing to focus on, we focus on the next best thing. We focus on that feeling. Like, well, something must be dangerous. It must be me. It must be this feeling, because there's no bear to look at. So now I'm looking at this feeling. Let's get rid of this feeling. We fight the part of us that helps us fight. And it kind of puts us in this state of like sticking your car on park and then just revving the engine. Vroom. You're just flooding your engine with more adrenaline. And the harder you fight, the more adrenaline you get to help you fight. And that's the cycle that's so easy to get stuck in. That adrenaline dump is supposed to feel scary. You are allowed to feel scared. Have that rush of adrenaline. And that's when you get to say, like, you'll start, the more you practice, the more you go out kind of like the hunter, the more that space starts to grow, where you suddenly like I know in the beginning, it's like, here's that rush, and immediately, right? Reacts, like your body does something, immediate response. Supposed to feel immediate. You're not supposed to wait 10 minutes and then run away from a tiger. You're supposed to see a tiger and jump. That's a normal body's reaction. But when you jump, as you practice dare, you give it, suddenly there's like a second of space and 5 seconds of space where you can just sit and you practice being still, or you ask for more. You say, that's just adrenaline. This is just fear without having fear paired with danger. So I can be really afraid, but it doesn't mean I'm in any danger. So it's very hard to sit with fear because we're so used to fear being something that makes us jump into action to run away from danger. We're really just left with fear, and it's a hard thing to sit with. So that's why it's where people get stuck, not because it's complicated, but because it's hard. It's going against what that part of your body is telling you to do. It feels dangerous.